Voilà, bonjour à tous, bonjour à toutes, bienvenue sur le webinar organisé dans le cadre du Hackathon ITS. Donc voilà, ça commence à arriver. Donc voilà, nous on est une petite équipe là côté organisateur et en fait l'idée de ce webinar aujourd'hui c'est de pouvoir vous présenter la plateforme MOBiNET que en fait vous allez devoir utiliser lors du hackathon. Donc là en fait j'ai partagé mon écran. Si vous avez des problèmes pour entendre ou si vous ne voyez pas bien l'écran, je vous invite à nous chatter par l'interface du chat en fait pour nous dire on entend bien ou alors même si vous avez des questions, n'hésitez pas à interagir. Du coup, je pense que si vous êtes là, vous avez déjà vu un petit peu le site hein, et ce qu'il contient. Du coup, voilà, c'est un beau hackathon en préparation à Bordeaux. Il se passe des choses à Bordeaux. Hein. Nous, avec BeMyApp, on a organisé pas mal de choses. Mais il faut dire que ce hackathon, il est assez spécial puisqu'il est sur un salon. Donc voilà, il faut bien avoir en tête que c'est des thématiques qui sont spécifiques, mais tout aussi intéressantes puisque voilà, comme vous pouvez le voir sur le site, c'est autour de la mobilité connectée et de la sécurité routière. Donc les organisateurs sont donc le Michelin Challenge Bibendum et la plateforme MOBiNET, et enfin les partenaires sont eSafetyAware et Artico. En fait, bon, moi je vais pas m'étendre sur la plateforme parce que voilà, Rasmus qui va prendre la parole ensuite en anglais va vous expliquer un petit peu le contenu de la e-marketplace. Et enfin, nous aurons donc Faye qui va vous présenter, qui va faire une démo de la plateforme, c'est-à-dire ce qu'on appelle un walkthrough, ok, sur la documentation, et puis voilà, comment récupérer des datas et quel type on va dire de ressources techniques vous aurez accès. Et enfin, elle montrera un user case qui a été développé pour, il me semble, c'est le Danemark. Est-ce que j'en profite du coup pour passer la parole à Rasmus. Rasmus, can you confirm that the user case is going to be on about that Denmark and parking?
Yes, I
Ah,
can confirm.
okay, perfect. So, well, yes, this is a good time for me then to give you the mic, Rasmus. I'll let you introduce yourself and what you're going to talk about.
Thank you very much. Also, welcome from my side. I will open this with a quick overview of what MOBiNET, more specifically the e-marketplace that I heard Alexander mention before, even though my French is not perfect, to give you an idea of what the concept is, what the possibilities with this concept is, and what our plans are for this concept. So just to start off, MOBiNET is an EC-funded activity, meaning the Commission believes that the creation of a European-wide e-marketplace for mobility services is very useful and something that they would like to see established and implemented in Europe. You know, on a very high level, an e-marketplace for mobility services is basically a directorate, a categorization of all the different apps that you can find on Google Play or iTunes, what have you, related to mobility. So moving yourself from A to B, from any location in Europe. Now, that's not the only functionality of this e-marketplace itself. Like I said, it's a service directorate of mobility and transport-related services. It is mainly used to enhance, or as one of the reasons is to enhance existing services. It is for service providers to find potential business partners so that they can expand the customer base of their service. MOBiNET is not going to be a brand as such. It will still be controlled and organized, everything through the service providers or the app developers themselves in this context. So, you know, for instance, if Brussels Airlines wants to extend their service from not just buying a ticket to fly from A to B, but extend it to also all the transport mode at your destination, that is something that could be enabled by an e-marketplace. So instead of doing one-to-one business and negotiations, I guess someone like Brussels Airlines are big enough to be able to do this, but there are others who are smaller in size who would have the possibility of finding potential business partners through the platform. That's one part. The other functionality, the other part of the platform itself is for public authorities to make available traffic-related data. You know, today there's a lot of discussions going on in Europe on both local, regional, and national level in terms of what do they do from the public authority side with all the information they have from the transport network, being buses, taxis, trains, etc., etc. And the trend is to make this more open for developers to become innovative and develop something new. For people that are not stuck in the transport sector, but someone who might have a different view of what mobility could look like. So what MOBiNET also does is that it enables the public authorities to store their data here, to make sure that it's visible through the marketplace, so that there is one reference point for Europe of finding this traffic data. Finally, of course, through the front end, it's also a B2C service, so basically an apps directorate of mobility services, what I mentioned in the beginning, that you could look at it as a category of mobility apps. So that's the three main elements of MOBiNET. Now, of course, in that, it's not just a cloud-based platform and e-marketplace. What we've also done is that we have developed different sets of components to be used for either enhancing an existing service, developing a service, using the data to do a service, sorry for that, use the data in MOBiNET to develop your own service. So basically we're talking about the Mobi agent, which is the interface, the app on smart devices. There's the Mobi Center on the right, that contains service directory, identification manager, etc., etc., which are components with APIs that will be available for you during the ITS Hackathon to be used for whatever innovative idea you come up with. Of course, the main point of entrance to the wonderful environment of MOBiNET is through the dashboard, where you do have, and the SDK, where you do have the tools and the documentation available for the development. Now, because MOBiNET is all about the platform itself, it's quite difficult for a validation point of view to figure out how does this actually work. So what we've done in the context of the project is that we have developed a large case of potential use cases around different services, and Faye later on, after I finish my introduction, will take you through one of them particularly, which is the parking service. So all these are used and services that are described in the service directorate can be used. Some of them have APIs on top of it that can also be used by you during the ITS Hackathon. But basically, from MOBiNET side, we're using them to validate the platform itself, that it covers the aspects required from a service provider's point of view. That was the services. In addition, there's also quite a lot of data available through MOBiNET, which is going to be at your disposal for mixing up in any shape or form that you see fit to come up with the innovation on your side. It's the open transport data from the city of Bordeaux in France. It's open data from Glasgow. I don't know how we handle with driving in either side of the road. They're a bit backwards in the UK, but I'm sure we can figure that out. There's parking data available from Data and Tricula in Greece, roadworks warning data from Helmont. There's the signaling and timing phase from Helmont, as well as in Vigo in Spain. There's some user-based insurance related data sets from 3 insurance providers, and there's a journey planner API from Helsinki. So these are the minimum set of data that will be available for you, and we are currently looking at to see if we cannot add additional data on top of it. Maybe there's some big transport data being discussed currently with future. So some Earth observation data from a satellite that potentially could be used and could be played with. Now, my background is more on the business side and not so much the technical aspect. And Faye will take you through the technical items and the support documents, etc., etc. Also the parking service as promised in a little while. But just to give you an idea, for me, this could be quite interesting because there are many, many different scenarios and services one could think about using these data sets and potentially enhancing, combining the services that we've already done. One thing, for instance, we haven't looked at is powered two-wheelers. Any specific requirements for them? We do know, especially in Brussels where I live, that traffic congestion is not exactly the same for powered two-wheelers as it is sitting in your car. So specific routes in terms of them. There's integration of different modes, has been done some sort of, not everywhere. Cloud sourcing, last week I saw something quite interesting in terms of cloud sourcing of groceries, that a neighborhood would combine going to the supermarket and having their groceries delivered at the door. There's gamification of travel behavior across different cities. There's a mobility dashboard of cities. Mobility as a service, think of it as, you know, the mobile communication. You choose your mobile communication operator based on the bundle that you get, X amount of free data roaming in Europe locally, 3 minutes phone call between 2 subscribers to the same company, etc., etc. Why not take that idea and transfer that into the transport sector? So I think there are many, many ideas in terms of what potentially could come out of something like this. One thing that I haven't put on here, which I thought was interested, but maybe not in the context of mobility, is I actually saw someone 6 months ago developing a piece of music with traffic data from a specific city. So there are many ideas. Obviously, that's not specifically what we're looking at in this case. We are looking more at the mobility aspect and the road safety aspect. So that's more the two items that we're looking at. Plus, we are very, very interested in a European approach instead of a local approach to the specific service. Now, I said also that this is an EC-funded project, so some of you might think, okay, that means a start and an end, and what's going to happen after the project is finished? We actually have a lot of plans in terms of continuing and commercializing this platform after the end of the project. What we're doing is, with the political support and the backing of the different companies who's involved in this, we're developing a plan of how to maintain this after the lifetime of the project. In the very short term, that means that whatever we're doing in Bordeaux, whatever innovative ideas we get in Bordeaux, whatever external service providers that is interested in participating in this, we will load, maintain, help continue the development if needed, up until at least June next year and beyond, but at least in the first instance until June next year. And we will try to showcase, and no, not try to, we will showcase an extended version of MOBiNET at the European ITS Congress in Glasgow 2016. So there are plans to maintain it. We call it the provider community that's going to continue this and take it forward. We are very serious of making this something that is unique in Europe. We are in discussions with many different stakeholders of how we can integrate the different services, and really for MOBiNET, or the concept of MOBiNET, to become the e-marketplace in Europe. So that was a little bit my opening statement. As Alex said, or I'm sure he said, is that we'll have a Q&A session in the end. So if there are any questions related to this, feel free. But just before I give the floor back to Alex for him to continue and for Faye to continue the technical introduction, I just want to say that what you're going to see and what you'll have access to today will have a little bit of limitation in terms of access to some of the support documents. The data set I showed you is also available, but we will be adding more data, and there will be some last-minute fixes to the platform itself. But rest assured, what you will see today is 99% of what you will be able to play with when we get to Bordeaux. So with that, I think, Alex, back to you.
Yes, great. Thank you very much, Rasmus. Thank you for this introduction and this inspiration. So I'm quickly going to give the presentation desk to Faye. So hi, Faye, are you together with us?
Yes, I'm here.
How are you?
Fine.
Fine.
So I will present a technical presentation of MOBiNET from the perspective of a developer. So let's see what we can do with MOBiNET. First of all, the first thing that a developer looks for are resources, where to find resources in order to develop our application. So the first thing is what resources are available, and the next thing is where to find these resources. After logging in into MOBiNET platform, at the menu section you will see a support page where you can find related MOBiNET related documentation, tools and videos. This documentation are as presented here. Please, some of them are introduction to the graphical user interface of MOBiNET dashboard, and some are programmatic documentation in order to develop your application. So, as a developer, you would like to pay attention to MOBiNET SDK manual, the service the machine-to-machine service directory discovery, and the identity manager user guide. From the point of tools, you will have available the MOBiNET SDK for Eclipse. You will also have available a standalone application or a plugin for creating a service description file, this or this, and these two will be demonstrated later on. So, in order to access the documentation and all the other resources and the functionality of MOBiNET, you must gain access to the MOBiNET platform. Let's see how we can access it from a graphical user interface. I will show a video now. Sorry. Okay. If you point your browser to mobicenter.mobinet.eu, you will find this page. You have the possibility to either log in with MOBiNET ID or with Google OpenID. Let's see the MOBiNET ID. Here you can either sign in with your credential or sign up. If we go to sign up, you will see the required fields, the name, the surname, the password, the email. Of course, on the day of the hackathon, you will be provided with credentials, so you will only need to log into the MOBiNET platform, and you will not need to register yourself. So if I put in my credential, of course, there is an additional page. When we use OpenID, we press the Allow Transfer button, and we have entered the MOBiNET dashboard. So, of course, in order to connect your application with the MOBiNET platform, you must do it programmatically. So for this, we have created two manuals. The first is the Identity Manager User Guide, and the second is the manual for the SDK. So let's open the Identity Manager, and for example, in the Identity Manager, let me show some code to you. In page 7, sorry, you will see, for example, here there is a REST interface in order to do a basic authentication. You can do a GET request with some credential, and you will have as response a JSON format information. This is the information that you will receive, for example, if everything goes well, or if something goes wrong, then you will receive a false response. So let's go to the MOBiNET SDK. In page 87, you have the whole documentation about the authentication via a REST API, and you will see all the functionality that you can perform and examples of how to authenticate to MOBiNET platform programmatically. Okay, so now I will illustrate how to use MOBiNET by demonstrating a use case. This use case is the parking services use case. Let's see what this use case does. Originally, we had a business-to-business parking data service which collected real-time parking information from a city in North Denmark called Aalborg. Then there was we developed a business-to-customer application named Park Assist, which actually taken directly from the business-to-business service the data. But the problem in this situation is that if you want to add more business-to-business services for additional cities to the application, then you must alter the application. So this is not very nice. So in order to do that, we have intervened the MOBiNET platform. So we have registered the business-to-business service of Aalborg to MOBiNET platform, and we connected the business-to-customer application with the MOBiNET platform. So, and this was a use case of the MOBiNET platform. Additionally, we have created a business-to-business service for a town in Greece called Trikala. Again, we have published the service into MOBiNET platform, and then magically, without any alteration to the Park Assist application, the Park Assist application can also retrieve the parking data from Trikala if the person goes to Trikala. So this is the use case. Now let's see how this all the application and what the application does. Sorry?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So we just experimented.
Yes, I'm here.
We experimented a few issues on the sound, so now it's good. Now you can go ahead.
Okay. So let's see how the application works. First, we will virtually move to Aalborg. Please bear in mind that the application will be demonstrated through an emulator in order to demonstrate the change of location from Aalborg, North Denmark, to Trikala, which is located in Greece. Sorry. So let's see. So we have positioned our mobile phone in North Denmark, in Aalborg, more specifically. And we open the Park Assist application, which is developed by Aalborg University for MOBiNET. We press the automatic park and pay button, and a map is opened, which on this map we can see all the available parking bays around our location. This is actually retrieved through the MOBiNET platform. We can see the different parking bays, the capacity of the parking bays, the real-time data about availability. If we open one parking bay, we can see the opening hours, the price, the price of 1 hour, for example, and we can even see a guidance to this parking bay. If we go back to the map, we can also click on the different icons on the map, and we will see this information again. So we can select one that seems to be near us, and we can see the real-time information about this. So let's now move to Trikala virtually. So we go after 10 hours or a day of drive. We have reached Trikala, the center of Trikala, and again, by opening the same application, we can see all the available parking bays around our location. Again, we can see a list of the available parking bays and the parking space availability and all the relevant information, price about the open out, and so on.
Faye, Faye, we can't hear you anymore. Can you hear us well? Are you still here with us?
Yes, I'm.
Yeah, it looks like we are losing you sometimes.
Sorry. Now you're hearing me?
Yes, now it's better.
Or not?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay. Sorry for this. So let's see how the parking service looks like. I just open a REST client, and if I put the correct URL and perform a GET request, I will receive a JSON format file which has the geometry of the parking bay. It has the opening hours, it has the time price, it has the capacity, and so on. So, and let's proceed. The next thing that the developer will think of is about the data model. So in order to address this, we have created into MOBiNET a data format catalog. So let's see how this catalog looks like. Again, we go to MOBiNET dashboard. We open the menu, the search, the data catalog search. and we can see which data formats are available. For our case, the car park information is relevant. So if we see the details, we can see some information about who have created the format, and if we open it, we can see an example of how this data format looks like. This is familiar. This is what our service that I presented earlier brings to us. And here is the capacity and the availability, and of course the labels about this information. And we close this and we go. We have also the ability to create our own data format. So we go to the management, the data format catalog management. We have the ability to delete or to edit a format description. So here is the fields if we like to edit, and also we have the possibility to add a new format if the ones that are available are not they are not suited for our case. So now we have created, let's say that we have created our service and we want to publish our service into MOBiNET. In order to do that, we must first create a service description file. Let's see how this service can be created. We have three tools in order to do that. We have three ways. We can edit it by using our, This is how a service description file looks like. It's an XML file. You can see relevant information inside this file. You can edit it with your favorite editor. For example, here you can see the domain where it's hosted, the port, the protocol, the path where we can find the service. We can even see the area where the service is applicable. We can see the format. Here is a JSON format. We can see that this is a business-to-business service. We can see the tags. We can see the category of the service, who has created this service, and relevant information. So this is the one way to edit your description file. Another way is to install a plugin that we provide, an Eclipse plugin, or to use a standalone application which I have just opened. Let's create a new service description file. We put the name to this descriptions file, my service, and we open it. So now we can create the XML file. We must put the service ID, which must be unique. We must put the type of the service, either business to business or business to customer, relevant tags that can be searched by, the category. The categories can be as presented. In our case, it's a parking. Of course, we must insert the data where we can access the service, what method, in which domain, the host is the domain, the port, the protocol, and who has created this service. Let's open now a file, an already created file for Aalborg parking. So here you can see the service ID, which must be unique in MOBiNET platform. The format, it is a JSON format. It is a business-to-business service. Relevant tags. And let's go to endpoint now. So you can access the service through mobinet.thtrack.com, the port, the protocol, and the path. In the area, we point to two points that we can see the area of applicability of the service. And this is how we create our service description file. Okay, now we have created the service description file, and we must publish our service into MOBiNET platform. Let's see the service directory of MOBiNET and their capability. Okay. In the menu again, we have the service directory search menu. If we click it, we'll see all the available services in MOBiNET platform. So we can search the directory. For example, I put in the keyword parking, and we will see the two services for Trikala, or either Aalborg or the application. So let's see the details. We have seen it a lot, these details. This is the business-to-business service, and this is where we can reach the service. We can visualize the service description file, and we can also see a map of where the service is applicable. So you can see, in our case, the applicability of the service, that it is in the greater area of Trikala city. So now let's open the application. Here you can see that this is the business to customer application, and you can find it in Google Play. Okay. Now I will demonstrate how to publish your service, your already created service description file, to MOBiNET platform. So again, we go to Service Directory Management, and here you can see all the services that you can manage. So I only have access to the parking service of Trikala, so you can see the details. You can delete the service, or you can upload a new service. So I delete this service. Now it's gone, and now I will publish the service again. We can do that by just drag and drop the created file. Here is the XML file. We just drag and drop the file into this panel, and we press upload, and here we have the parking service. And now we can also see the details. Again, what is the applicability? Okay, this is how you can do it by using a graphical user interface. But of course, in your application, you will probably need to do this programmatically. In order to do that, you can find to document the service directory machine-to-machine service discovery PDF and the manual for the SDK. Let's open the machine-to-machine service discovery. For example, here you can see how a request body looks like. For example, here you can see all the available services for this area. let's open the manual now, and we go to page 41. Okay, here you can see an example of how to perform a search in a service directory. And here is the request that you must send, and I can demonstrate it live because the platform is working. So if I just open the REST client again, I go to this URL where the REST API is exposed. I do post request. I put in this XML file. As you see, I'm searching for all the services that have as tag the word parking. So if I send this request, you will see what is coming. Here is all the available services that are relevant for parking. So you will see the parking service Trikala, is the Aalborg service, and the business to customer service. And that was all from my side. Any questions?
Okay, so well, if I can take this opportunity to ask a question, Faye, I was wondering, all the data sets available on MOBiNET are on JSON format?
No, it depends. If the parking services expose the data as JSON, it can be whatever it has decided from the ones that have initially created a service for that. So it can be a CSV file, it can be XML file. It depends.
Ah, okay.
It depends on the service.
Okay, so we also have a question from Clément. Hi Clément, by the way. So his question is, what kind of data is there available in Bordeaux? So maybe this is
Answer.
Can you hear us? Yes. Maybe I think actually I can answer to this question because okay, so let's say that so far we don't have the detail yet, but actually it's a good point, Clément, because we are going to gather all this information. You know, Rasmus presented all the data sets that will be available for the hackathon, but it seems that you're looking more into details about this data. So as soon as we have all the information, we will share with you all the details of which data will be available. So so far we don't have any more question. Maybe Faye, I don't know, do you want to add something, or is there something that you want to add regarding
Just good luck.
Maybe there's one comment from my side, Alex, if I may.
Please go ahead, please.
For the 40 companies and organizations who is part of the development of MOBiNET platform, the services, providing content in some shape or form for the hackathon. For us, it is very, very important that you as participants have the right support and the right, either technical or business support that you need in order to be at your best in terms of innovation. So I saw one of the questions related to the support itself. What we have secured is that the people responsible for the components and development of the components within MOBiNET will be available. There's quite a few people with business backgrounds that will also be available and will help, you know, ideas, give pointers, etc., etc. There's also some people available in terms of who has played with the components and developed services out of those components. So for us, it's very, very important that you have the best conditions possible during the event to make sure that you have that you are at your best. So if anything pops up during the meeting, etc., etc., we will be there to support you. Apart from that, then, yeah, also good luck from my side, and I will hopefully see you in almost exactly 2 weeks' time. Voila, yes, the mentors are shown on the screen right now. And jury number 5 is going to be a surprise.
Hi, can you hear me?
Now we can, yes?
Yeah. Okay. So I just noticed that I was speaking by my own. So yeah, what I was explaining, and I was showing the mentors team and also the judges here. So we have seven judges, and then just giving a quick reminder regarding the prize pool. Okay. So as I was saying, so this session has been recorded. Okay. We'll put it live on YouTube, and we will share it with all the registrants of the hackathon. Then yeah, people will have the same level of information. Okay, so it's my turn to say good luck to all of you. Thanks to all our panelists today. Thanks Rasmus, thanks Faye, and thanks to all the others that were here. And yeah, see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Perfect.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.